Okay, so this is our last example, example 7. And pretty much what they want us to do is we're going to be applying substitution. Okay. So in this example, they're asking us to use the substitution x equals 9 cosine theta, where theta is a value between 0 and pi over 2, to write a square root of 81 minus x squared as a trigonometric function of theta, excuse me. Okay, so pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to substitute. So we're going to substitute x for 9 cosine theta. Okay, so let me grab a marker. So now we should have square root of 81 minus 9 times cosine theta squared. Okay, so if I square in here, I should get 81 cosine square theta. Okay, and then here I should have 81. Okay. And pretty much what I look is there's an 81 here and 81 here, so I can factor out an 81. So if I factor out an 81, I should have 1 minus cosine squared of theta. And then actually 1 minus cosine squared of theta, that's actually a property. So, oops. So 1 minus cosine squared theta is sine squared theta. So I can have 81 sine squared theta, and then we want to square root. So if I square root this, 81 is a perfect square and sine squared theta is a perfect square. So I would end up with 9 sine theta. Okay. And that's my final answer. So 9 sine theta. Okay. This one's a pretty easy one because you're just substituting and simplifying, okay? But again, applying your trig functions. And again, I'm going to go ahead and do one more with you. Okay, so the last example that I'm going to do with you is a homework problem on page 355, number 89, okay? So again, the directions are the same. We're going to be substituting x with 3 tangent of theta. Okay, so if I do that, I get 9 plus 3 tangent of theta, and I have to square that, okay? So I'm going to ignore the 3 right now, or the cube. So if I square this, I will end up with 9 tangent of square theta plus 9. And then, again, I'm ignoring the cube and the square root for now because I'm just simplifying everything. And then this, I can simplify it to, I'm going to factor out a 9. And then this would give me 1 plus, tangent of square theta. Okay. Again, I'm still going to ignore the cube and the square root. And then I look at 1 plus tangent of square theta. And this is a property. This is secant square theta. Okay. So this would give me secant square theta. Okay. Okay. And now don't forget I basically simplified everything here that was inside the parentheses. I ignored the cube and the cube root because I just wanted to simplify. Okay, so now that I have this, then I'm going to go ahead and apply the cube. And then if I cube it, this would be 27. And then I could do secant of 6 power theta. And now I'm going to square root it. Okay. And then, I'm sorry, I did 9 times 3 instead of 9 times 9 times 9. Okay, sorry. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 times 9. Okay, so luckily I caught myself. Is 729. Okay. So now I can go ahead and square root this and square root that. Okay, so square rooting 729. 729 is a perfect square root, and you would end up with 27. And then squaring secant secant to the 6th power theta, that'll just give you secant cube theta. Okay, so my final answer should be 27 secant cube theta. And that's it. Okay. All right, guys. You have enough to do your homework. And if you have any questions, just come back in the chat and ask. Okay. All right. Good luck.